sort of. Good morning. Good morning, Victoria. Hi, Becky. Hi, Linda. Hey, Jean. Happy Monday. Hey, Janelle. Good morning. Hey, Cassie. Good morning, Rose. Hi, Jackie. Hey, Stacy. How are you? Good morning, friends. How was everybody's weekend? Good morning, Danny. We have lots of energy stuff to talk about, that's for sure. Hi, Janine. Good morning, Shelly. Ah, hey, Jen. Cassie says energy is insane and disruptive. Okay, you're not kidding. Good morning. Hi, Ricky. Good morning. Good morning, Carrie. Hi, Valerie. Janelle says a Mack truck ran me over this weekend, and she put in parenthesis metaphor just in case we thought she was literally hit by a truck. It's good to clarify. Good morning. Hi, Carla. Hi, Carrie. Oh my goodness. Danny says weekend was good. Worked at the day job. Okay. So, yeah, this weekend was really, really different energy than I've ever felt. It was definitely different than I've ever felt. And I made a TikTok over the weekend. Um, and on the 9th, precisely, asking people if they felt that massive download come through. And a lot of people did. This is a thing. I was seeing, can break it up into a few categories. I was seeing some people who were receiving very specific information about their own healing, a lot of information on things that have happened to them in the past, and just kind of getting clarity on moving forward and, connecting all the dots kind of information. Some people just had massive headaches. A lot of people were exhausted, like just completely unplugged and sleeping more than they ever do. And those, I feel like those are the three main things I was seeing from the comments on the TikTok that I made. But if you remember, in in our 222 portal, excuse me, in our 222 portal channeling, which was obviously on February 22nd, um, I did 3 card pulls and gave you 3 dates. And the first of those dates was, I think, like March 12th or something like that. And then the second one was April 9th. And then the third one was August 28th. And you know me, I never really do dates, but this is what came through. And the 9th really shocked me. Not because I doubt my own abilities to like tap into energy, but I don't think I've ever landed on a specific date like that where something actually very specific then dropped in energetically. So I was like, Jesus Christ, because Saturday for me was no joke. Like, I woke up and it felt like I was sitting under a waterfall of information and it was not stopping. I couldn't make it stop. I couldn't even like I could hardly get out the information before like more information was coming in. And it was some extreme clarity on a lot of complicated situations that I've been dealing with and not sure what to do about in my own life. And then after like maybe 5 or 6 hours of that, um, I just completely was offline. I couldn't even form words, and I went to sleep for 2 hours in the middle of the day, which I don't nap. I'm not a napper. So, and then I was just tired. I've been tired all weekend. just kind of clearly integrating that and processing it. So um, I want to share with you one of the biggest insights that I got from that download, before we get into the rest of Coffee and Magic. And Coffee and Magic, if you're new, I know we have a lot of new people from TikTok, so welcome. We talk about the energy here, we connect with each other, and then I do something called the sensory card pulls that will give you a little insight for whatever's happening in your life right now. We're going to do that, and talk about that in a second. But I want to just share with you the biggest thing that came through, and that is choice, making choices. I find that when I reflect on myself and how I operate and how I see the world and perceive the events happening in my own life, I tend to do this thing where I suspend making any definitive choices based off of other people and what they are or are not doing. So I'll wait to see if they prove to me I can trust them before making a choice. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like I believe that if I make a choice, I'm creating some sort of bond and vow that can never be changed. Do you know? And that's not true, but it makes sense that anyone would feel that way. So I'm not mad at myself, but realizing that I felt like if I make a choice, I'm stuck in that choice. So I better make sure that I've seen a 360 view of everything before I make that choice has kept me in a state of suspension and has made it impossible for the energies to align in any specific way. So it's kept me in a state of flux and not being able to be focused on anything because my energy is constantly in many different places because I'm waiting, right? Choosing is not locking yourself into anything necessarily, is what kind of came through. Choosing is putting your energy and focusing it on something so that you can actually create. And if you don't do that, you'll never know what it can be because you haven't put all of your energy into it. And when you make that choice, you're not stuck. At any point in any process, you can always say, this doesn't work for me. Let's adjust it. Or this doesn't work at all for me. I'm out of it. You always can do that. It's just a perception that you can't, that you're stuck, right? And it just was so clear to me that my lack of decision was keeping me from enjoying my life right now because I'm waiting for other people to show me something and I don't even know what it is I want them to show me, right? So on Saturday, I made a choice and finally, and it was like, and after I did that, I was like, whoa, I'm out for the day. But what that has done immediately is it's created some chaos like that I couldn't even tell you like what the fuck is going on over here. But I'm just kind of like, all right, like we're rolling with it. But it's created chaos because now I've put myself into an alignment and I've dedicated my energy to a path. Okay. And so I'm gonna have to see that through. I'm curious to see it through. This is a new one for me because it feels very like a little terrifying. But I'll remind you that today is the 11th, which means tomorrow is the 12th, which is the date of the Jupiter and Pisces conjunct Neptune event. And this is something that only happens every 166 years. So this is a once in a lifetime for us. And it also is the beginning of a new 12-year cycle. So things are speeding up now rapidly, like insanely, to align themselves into the foundation that you want to start your next 12 years with. So it makes total sense, right? That anything that is misaligned, not really working for you, that you're unsure about, would just kind of fall apart right now to give you the opportunity to start this new cycle fresh, right? Fresh. So hold on to your butts, in the faded words of Samuel L. Jackson, a la Jurassic Park, because we are in for a ride. The date is tomorrow. It's just the 12th. So it's a lot happening. And I will just say that a few things before we jump into the sensory card pulls. Live channeling is Thursday. You're going to want to be at this one. This is the live channeling that is tapping into the new 12-year cycle as well as eclipse season, which will begin at the end of this month, which will be coming very soon. Eclipse season is going to be lit, obviously. We're going to talk about that. So, live channeling is this Thursday at 8 p.m. You can join us um, just with a ticket if you want to at sarahmala.com, or you can join the monthly thing and you'll be able to join both channelings and have access to the full library of channelings for the same price as a ticket. So, you can go do that. That's Thursday, 8 p.m. The other thing I want to tell you is that the downloads that happened on Saturday are greatly going to inform the Return to Ritual 8-week workshop. So I was waiting on that actually. I'm pretty excited. We're almost full with the workshop. So if you are interested in joining us, we launch next Tuesday, which, no, is it next Tuesday? That's today. Yes, next Tuesday. We launch the 19th. Um, and there are a few spots left. So if you're interested, you can find out more about Return to Ritual, which is the 8-week intensive workshop with me at sarahmala.com. When you join the intensive workshop, you also get full access to everything. So by joining the workshop, you'll have access to the live channeling, you'll have access to coffee and coaching on Wednesday mornings and the full meditation library and everything. Everything is in my app, Inner Sanctum. So if you're interested, go ahead and do that. For those of you who are in coffee and coaching, I offered you a very special, just for you offer if you're feeling called to join the intensive workshop. So now's the time to do that if you're feeling so called. Again, if you're already a member, I told you what the offer was. So you can send me an email and let me know if you want to take advantage of that. It's going to be wild times, you guys. This is new. It's a new cycle beginning, and it's a new cycle for me. It's a new cycle for you. It's a new cycle for everybody. Nobody is immune to this energy. The only difference is comprehensions of what it is, but everybody is going to be shifted by this energy and is being shifted by this energy. So, it's a lot. Now, let's get to the card pulls. All right. So we have a few things we're going to do with the card pulls. We're going to obviously do the sensory card pulls like we normally do, but we are also most likely, unless it changes in the middle, going to do a collective pull at the end from one of my other decks, for this week. So stay tuned. If you're new to sensory card pulls, here's how it works. I'm going to give you 3 things. You choose the thing that feels most aligned with you in this moment. Drop it in the comments, and then that'll correspond with your message. Listen to all the messages though, because you might feel, you pick and choose some things that make sense to you. You know what I mean? You never know. Something might be like, ooh, you need to know that. Okay. Let's see what we're doing this morning. We're doing dragons this morning. So that's what we're doing. And the dragons are going to identify themselves with color. And I'm going to describe the dragons and what they look like. But their definitive characteristic that you will be dropping down is the color. Okay? All right. So first off, of course, we have the purple dragon. We have the purple dragon. The purple dragon is like luminescent violet scales, like beautiful, vivid violet, shimmering scales. It has like a fanning type thing in the back of its head, like this, and almost like mermaid like. Think of like a seahorse. It has like that kind of a vibe to it. And that is the purple dragon. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is the golden dragon. And this one is almost hard to look at. It's so shimmery, so bright, and so shiny. Its scales seem to be moving like this because it's so shiny and prismatic. The golden dragon is very big, just massive, and has very long, shiny talons and a very long tail. That's your golden dragon. And the third dragon is a black dragon, obsidian black to be specific. It's inky and dark, and it has green eyes. And this dragon is very quiet and has the energy of like the void, like everything within it. Okay. So, purple dragon, golden dragon, or black dragon. Which dragon are you feeling today? Purple dragon, golden dragon, or black dragon? Oh my god. Kind of like Toothless, except Toothless was just like adorable and this one's not really adorable. Like a super grown up Toothless. Now, of course, you are allowed to pick more than one dragon if you need to. But pick which dragon is feeling most aligned with you this morning, purple, golden, or black. And I'll be pulling from my Wisdom of Avalon Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And we shall see. In fact, actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and light this up. Pardon me. It's only fitting. We have a little fire for our dragons. Some smudgies. All right. You ready? If you're just starting off with us, we're about to pull sensory card pulls this morning. You're choosing from 3 dragons: purple dragon, golden dragon, or black dragon. Oh, and my coffee and coaching people. I'm not going to be able to do coffee and coaching on Wednesday because I have an all-day photo shoot. So, I'll offer you this. Either we skip this week or I can do Tuesday. So if you are a coffee and coaching person, let me know if you would like to do Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning, or if you just want to skip this week. Okay? You let me know. And I'll obviously post in our board in the app, but I'm just telling you guys with my voice because a lot of you are here. Now, obviously, if I do it on Tuesday, it's recorded, right? So you can just watch it whenever you want to. Oh. All right, here we go. Purple dragon coming at you. Ooh, nice. Okay, I like that French fry taco. I also love your handle. So 2 of my favorite things. All right. For heaven's sakes. We just can't seem to get rid of this card, so we're going to have to talk. It's time to move on, you guys. All right, Tuesday it is. So many people said yes. So put on your calendars. Coffee and coaching this week is going to be Tuesday at 8:30. Okay. All right. So my golden people and like legit any of you people who've been pulling this card lately. It's the forgiveness card again. 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 I'm not making this up. This is just like what on earth? Yes, Valerie, again. Again. Who's not doing their forgiving work? Like enough already. I'm getting tired of telling you about this, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm not tired of it. I hardly remember. No, I do remember. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This is the purple dragon. But also, even if you pick the purple dragon and you've been getting the forgiveness card, you better just pay attention because you know this is a thing. All right, forgiveness. Okay, I've said this to you a million times, but if you're new, I'm going to say it again. Forgiveness is not taking anyone off the hook. It's not absolving anybody of their sins. It's not saying you did something shitty and it's okay now. Forgiveness is cutting the cord between you and the toxic and draining energy of whatever that situation was. Forgiveness is for you. It's really not for anybody else. Okay. Many times, the people who you're forgiving don't even know about it. Many times, the people that you're forgiving are not even suffering any consequences perceived by you of whatever it is that they did to you. Do you know what I'm saying? And that can create a cycle, a pretty vicious cycle of resentment because you feel that this person should be receiving some sort of lesson or penance for whatever it is they've done to wrong you. And you're waiting for that and you're holding on to that energy, like wanting them to feel that. And I'm here to tell you that it is not your job to teach anybody their lessons at all, ever. It's not your job. It's not what you came here to do. You're here to learn your own lessons and have your own experiences. And part of those lessons and experiences include people who do shitty things around you and to you, and how you react to those things, and how you decide to capture your moment and move forward with it. So if you've been holding on to a grudge, if you've been feeling like you can't let go of something, if you've been unable to let go of something with your own self, like forgive your own self for doing something in the past, this is your message to please let it go. You don't want to carry this with you into the next 12-year cycle. What a drag. Like, what a drag. So take a minute and really ask yourself, what is it and who is it? Why is it? And can I let it go? Can I be without holding on to this? Can I find my identity in another way? Because this is draining you a lot. Okay. Now, you also have the bard. This is still purple. And you also have risk. No, you're not too late. And not never too late. Um, so this is the first card pull. So you're choosing from purple, gold, or black dragon, and this is the purple dragon. So the bard and the risk. What's happening here? This is what comes after you like let go of whatever it is you let go of. You know what I'm saying? It's time to tell your story, possibly about this. I mean, it's very possible that your story is connected to the releasing of this thing, so you can then start talking about it. You know what I mean? Um, Telling our stories is the single most important thing that we can do to assist each other and the vibration of this planet. Silence is the way that we misunderstand everything. Silence allows people to make up stories in their head. Silence allows false stories to be spread as truth. When we don't speak and tell our stories, people don't realize that the things that they're going through that they think are weird and not okay and not fit for consumption are actually very similar to what everybody else is going through. Okay. So telling your story is your magic, and how you tell your story can be any way. Some people write, some people create music, some people create art, some people teach. math. Some people work at a bank. I don't know how you tell your story, but it doesn't matter how you tell it as long as you're telling it. Okay. This is part of your magic. So feel into that for yourself. It does for me feel very connected to that forgiveness card. In addition, you have the risk card. And I mean, this is kind of the name of the game now because everything feels risky when it's new and you don't know how it's going to turn out. The thing about negative outcomes is we're so used to predicting those and like assuming they're going to happen that when they happen, it's kind of like, well, of course that happened because life is hard and everything's against you. The odds are stacked. You have to really put the pedal to the metal, like all the things people say, right? Life is just always out to get you. So if a bad thing happens, it makes total fucking sense. If a good thing happens, it's a miracle, right? So, of course, with that program still very much alive and well at this point, it feels risky to actually trust yourself. Feels risky to trust your feelings, to trust good things that you see happening around you. Feels like, oh my God, I can't trust this. It's fleeting. It's not the norm because the norm is the opposite of this. But I'm here to tell you that that is just a perception and it is just a program. The risk is you moving outside of that program and seeing what's on the other side. Okay, so that is your purple dragon message for this morning. I hope that resonated okie dokie for you. I'm gonna put my lid back on to recapture some heat. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Next one, a golden dragon. If we pull, if we pull the forgiveness card again, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to show it to you. You know what to do. Okay. If that happens, we don't know that's going to happen, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. All right. It's good. We're good. We're in the clear. Jacinda. Jacinda, what did you pick? I don't see that there. Are you even on here? Mm. Hello. All right. Well, there you go, baby. There's mama for you. Jacinda's mom is Joy and loves to come through for Jacinda during the morning card pulls. So here's your Joy card. Here's your Joy card. It's number 37. Then you also have movement and the High Priestess. What's this story? Okay. Well, it's a lot of energy. Right? All right, listen. Listen, you need to listen. Just listen, Linda. Okay, so you've got joy, movement, and the high priestess. Okay, the high priestess is going to talk to you about discernment and the difference between discernment and judgment. I don't know if we ever talked about this before, but this is an important one. We're told not to be too judgy, not to be too picky, not to be so difficult. But the truth of the matter is, discernment is not judgment. Discernment is when you tap into your own self and ask yourself, is this right for me? It doesn't matter about other people when you're discerning. Is it right for me? Does it feel good for me? And that is the discernment that needs to be taking place for you right now. Okay? It's incredibly important for you to take yourself very seriously and to honor and respect what you need and your feelings. And that is what the high priestess wants to impart to you right now. Discernment. Make your choices based off of what feels right for you, not what other people feel is right or correct. Then you have the movement and you have the joy. Okay, so the movement card is a very much, how, remember how I was saying for a while, like, don't lock your knees, don't lock your knees, yada, yada, yada. I have been saying that, but I should keep saying it because it's very true today, but especially true for my golden dragon friends because change is afoot. Everything's changing. You asked it to, and it's changing rapidly. It's moving. This might be very on the nose for you. You might physically be moving locations, jobs, you might be in a new relationship. Like, whoa, okay? There's probably a lot of shifts happening, a lot of shifts happening for you. But remember, a lot of the movement is not seen in the third dimension, right? It's not physically seen. A lot of the movement happens energetically first before it translates into the physical. So you are probably seeing a lot come through, but remember, more is coming through that you'll see soon because it's happening now. So don't lock your knees. The joy card is here to remind you that everything is happening for you, not to you. That's the difference between being a sovereign being and not being a sovereign being. Sovereign beings understand that they work with the energy is not working against them. It's the difference between standing up and commanding or sitting down and letting it just buffet you. A lot of us have spent a lot of time sitting there going, like, why is this happening? And it just keeps smacking you in the face. And now you realize you don't need it smacking you in the face anymore. You can stand up and command that energy and it can work for you. And that, my friends, is very joyful. That is your golden dragon message for today. And last, certainly not least, we have the black dragon. And then stay tuned because I am going to pull one card from another deck for everybody. I don't know what deck yet, but they're all the cards are looking at me. So all right. And again, I remind you, live channeling Thursday night. You're not going to want to miss it. It's the one that's going to be talking about the shift. It is the one that is going to be talking about eclipse season and Lord knows what else. I couldn't even tell you. I know Ashtar is obviously going to be there, but I don't know. I don't know what else. I just know it's going to be a thing. You can learn more about all the things that I do on my website, sarahamala.com. Okay. So this is the black dragon. And of course, look, it's the dragon card. I love that. I really love that. I love it for us. Okay. So that was fun. Now here's the wasp. And here's the letting go card. Oh, there's actually a very specific message for you on this one, my black dragon folks. It's time to let go of how much you care about everybody else's opinions of you and what you're doing. It is not supportable anymore. You cannot support this. It is draining you and it is holding you down. It's holding you back. It's keeping you from being you. It has been. And the wild thing about it is it's not helping anybody else either. Okay? So letting go of your need for other people's validation, other people's acceptance, other people's praise, affirmation, basically anything from other people that would affirm your existence and make you feel like, oh, I'm okay because everyone else thinks I'm okay. Quite frankly, at this point, if everyone in your life is like, I agree with everything that you're doing, you might want to look at what you're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, That would give me a suspicious vibe at this point in the game. If like your whole family and everybody you know, your whole life is like, yeah, you're like, yes, absolutely. What you're doing isn't strange at all. You seem like totally like, I love all your decisions. It makes me feel comfortable. I'm comfortable with all your choices. If that's what's going on for you, just take a look. Take a look because mm, there might be something there to look at. But and not to say that like your friends and family can't agree with what you're doing, but if you're here watching Coffee and Magic and you've been drawn to me, chances are you are that person in your family that is really never doing what anybody thinks they should be doing. And, not that you don't want their approval, you just can't seem to do anything to get it. You know what I'm saying? You've been the different one because you came here to be the one who changes the way that things work. And you can't change a system by doing everything the same way. You have to do it differently. And the people who, show up in their families ready to do that are the ones that disrupt everything. It's part of what we're doing. It's what we came here for. So again, I tell you, why do you give so much shits about what other people think? Do you find these other people are making excellent decisions and are they very happy in their life? Because if they are, then by all means take advice from them. But if you're looking at somebody and their life is really not what you would want for your own, you probably shouldn't be caring about what they think about yours. Because what do they have to offer you as far as advice or validation or affirmation goes, especially if it's coming through with judgment? The wasp card is always the same. Anytime you begin to do your work and get bigger and bolder and braver and more yourself, those who were comfortable and complacent with you, who were trauma bonding with you, who just like to complain about everything with you and can no longer do that, aren't happy because they don't have you to be that buddy with them anymore. And it's very sad when that happens, but you need to pay attention because those are the people who are going to try to drag you back down by making you feel that you're not good enough, that you shouldn't be so big, that what you're doing is dangerous or scary. You should have fear. And that is not helpful. It's not friendly. That is an energy that's trying to pull you back down so that you can be miserable because misery does love company. So pay attention to that. Let go of it. You don't need it. And I promise you, because I've been through this a million times in the past 3 years alone, as soon as you let go of those people who are dragging you down, the people who want to bolster you up and support you and love you exactly as you are right now in this moment, they flood in. They flood in. It's like you can't even keep them away because they've been waiting for you. They've been waiting for you. You're not going to be lonely and you're not going to be alone. But quite frankly, wouldn't it be better to be alone than to be around people who just want to drag you down and not see you raise up to your highest vibration possible? Ew, just absolutely not. So that's your black dragon message. This is just a dragon card. It's like I'm a dragon. Get that power and let's go. All right. So those are your coffee magic pulls for this morning. I'm going to get over here and see what deck is calling to me for a collective pull. So hold on just a second. I got to reach over. Don't mind my butt. Oh dear. I'm going for this one. It's been a minute, but this is what's happening. It's the Fairy Forest deck. Let me shuffle this pretty good. Ah. Did you know? Brooke says she knew Fairy Forest was coming out today. It's shift time, baby. Woo! My goodness gracious. We have so much coming. I'm excited and tired at the same time. Oh. Okay, reminder, we have a few spots left for the intensive workshop, Return to Ritual. It is a channeled workshop. It's channeled for the people who decide to show up for it. So while we have a little bit of a loose container of a structure, it is live channeled, this workshop. A few spots left. You can find out more about that at sarahmala.com. And live channeling is on Thursday. Don't forget that. Mhm. Okay. All right, here it is. Hey, I was like for sure we were gonna get you know what, but we didn't. Look who it is. You're gonna like this. It's number 37. It's the Maybon. You're gonna like this. I know that you are. This card. I can't remember exactly when it came through last time, but I feel like Maybon comes through right before a big shift to kind of like you know get us ready. So here we are. All right, ready? The Maybon is the child of the darkest moment, born when bright hope beckons you into a positive future, born out of what has seemed to be the most hopeless space you have ever been within. This card indicates that you are now thinking magically. What you think, what you are, manifests about you at all times. Now, with this new magical mindset, you begin to transform your life into one of delight and hopefulness and to uplift your companions with your vibrant, positive energy. When we allow ourselves to shine, we become who we were always meant to be. And by example, we encourage others to become who they truly are. You are a powerful role model for others. Keep up the wonderful work. You still have many experiences ahead of you on your journey, but this energy is now your companion and your divine inspiration. Make a wish when you see stars. The beautiful card of bright optimism is full of the joy everyone feels when you are celebrating magical living. It is effortless and joyful to do this divine work. The Maybon is the child born at winter solstice, so this card indicates a rebirth of positive light and energy after a time of lack. You are now about to receive great good fortune, and oh, how good the weight lifting off from your old self feels. Okay? I love you. Have a great Monday. I'll see my coffee and coaching people tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. I'll send a note out through the app for you guys. If you want to learn more about the things I do, go to my website, sarahmala.com. I'll be back here Friday at 10 a.m. I love you guys.